Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spinetics After Party. Got some great stuff to share with you tonight. I have a contest win, a few eBay pickups. I'll be showing a small cricket set, 1984 Hobbypress guides, the world's greatest cricketers. And I'll also be showing another starter set that I picked up, 1982 Topps Baseball. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the contest win. So every month, Don Blomdahl at Don Blomdahl Hall of Fame Veteran Sports Cards. Fantastic channel if you haven't checked it out. He does an end of the month contest, and I was lucky enough to win one of the prizes this month. And I have already opened this up, but he sent some fantastic stuff. First, I believe this is 1990 Donruss. And I haven't opened up any of this in a long time, so excited to get into this. And I haven't seen this too often at all. These are larger cards. If you see, the standard size right here. And then this is 1984 Donruss Action All-Stars. Looks like there are 3 puzzle pieces and 5 cards. And it features a Ted Williams full-color puzzle. So really excited to open this up. 84 Donruss is probably my favorite set from the 1980s. Now this doesn't look like it's got the same design as the regular 1984 Donruss, but these look fantastic, and definitely looking forward to opening this up. But we'll go ahead and start with the 1990 Donruss. And I'm trying to think of what the best card would be in here. I know Dave Justice has a rookie in here. And I'm not sure who else is in here. I know I ripped a whole bunch of this stuff as a kid. I do want to kind of save the wax wrapper. I think I might have ripped that a little bit. Here you go. Here's some ASMR. Accidental ASMR pack ripping here. Wow, that seems to be kind of stuck to the card. Interesting. Yeah, that is. There's a little piece of the wax wrapper on that card right there. Hopefully it's not a Hall of Famer. Let's see if I can get this apart. There we go. A little bit of a rip there. There's the Diamond King of Bo Jackson right there, and I think that's Carl Yastrzemski on the puzzle. Of course, I'm a big fan of Yastrzemski. Looks like it's gonna rip a little bit. Looks like Mitch Webster is the back card, so not too worried about that piece of paper on it. All right, that took a little longer than I was expecting, but there we go. Yeah, it is Carl Yastrzemski on the puzzle piece. Some of his fantastic stats from his career. Really cool. All right, so we got Fred Manrique. He joined the Rangers in the Sammy Sosa trade. They traded for Harold Baines, and Fred Manrique was kind of the throw-in in that deal. So that's pretty cool. Of course, we got Bulldog Oral Hershiser on the MVP card. We got El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. Fantastic pitcher. Of course, we got Dave Stewart, former Ranger. Fantastic pitcher as well. There we go. We got a Hall of Famer, George Brett. Big fan of George Brett. Got Jerry Brown, former Ranger. Got Mike Morgan. Got Lee Guterman. Got Dwight Evans, Dewey Evans. He was a nice player. Got Greg Minton. Got another Dave Stewart on the MVP. Looks like we got no, I thought it was an all-star. We got Billy Ripken. Doesn't look like he's got the F face on the bottom of that bat. We got another Dave Stewart. So this is a Dave Stewart pack. That's okay. I like Dave Stewart. Got Wally Backman. Got Tony Fernandez. He had a unique batting stance. Look at that. Brian Holman. And the last card, we got Mitch Webster. We saw that when we were opening the pack. It's got a little piece of the wax wrapper right there. That's cool. We got a Hall of Famer, 3 Dave Stewarts. Good. Check out that Diamond King right there. Always love Dick Perez's work. Fantastic artist. Here's another Stewart. I do like Dwight Evans. And of course, we got the George Brett right there. Put Martinez and Hershiser right there. So, yeah, really nice pack. I enjoyed that. All right, let's take a look at this 84 Donruss Action All-Stars. I don't think I'll be saving this wrapper, so I'm not going to be as careful opening this up as I was with that Donruss. This is actually pretty strong for a packing from 1984. Definitely well sealed. It looks like it's a standard puzzle piece. There's the Ted Williams puzzle. I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. Nice piece. I see we got Pedro Guerrero on the back. I like Pedro Guerrero. These are nice looking cards. Okay, we got, hopefully these fit on the screen. I might have to adjust my camera, but it looks like they work. All right, so we got John Lowenstein. We got a Hall of Famer coming up next. So there's the back. Man, these are really nice. I think I'm all out of Card Saver 4s. I'm going to have to pick up some more. Here we go with the Robin Yount. Love this. Look at that image. A little off center, but I don't care. Really cool. I like these. Oh, look at this. We got Ricky Henderson next, man. This is a fire pack. Wonder how big this set is. Might have to look into buying some more of these. Wouldn't mind putting this set together. Look at this. Ricky. Oh, we got Fernando next. This is a really nice pack. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see his stolen bases. So yeah, look. He had 100 stolen bases, 130, 108. Through 5 years, he had 427 stolen bases. That's absurd. That would probably put him in the top 20 all time through 5 years at this point in time. That's crazy. Love it, love it, love it. So I guess Guerrero is the last card. So we got Fernando Valenzuela. Of course, Fernando Mania in 1981, I believe. Yeah. And then we got the Pedro Guerrero. These cards are fantastic. I love these. Definitely going to have to try to pick up some more of these. I don't know how much these packs are, but hopefully not too expensive because I'd love to put this set together if possible. All right, let me clear some of this off. So thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate your generosity. And like I said earlier, if you haven't checked out Don Blomdahl, definitely go check out his channel. He does a stream 4 o'clock Central Time or thereabouts, Tuesday through Friday. He does, Hall of Fame spotlights, and he does pack rips. And Fridays he does Fairfield Fridays, and just a fantastic, fantastic show. I love watching it when I get off of work, and I try not to miss an episode when possible. Although last month I was fairly busy, so I didn't get to watch as much as I would have liked. But over the last couple weeks, I've sort of got back into the routine of catching a show after work every day. So definitely go check it out. It's well worth your time, I promise. All right, so next, let's go ahead and get some of these eBay pickups. So I'll go ahead and start with this. I showed this set last week. Um, I did a reading of the translations on the backs of all the cards, and I did mention that I had picked up a couple other sets, and they did come in. This is the Vincent van Gogh set. Don't remember what year this was, 1956, I want to say, something like that. But these are Flemish. The ones from last week were French. And so these aren't as nice as those were, but I got these for a really nice deal. And so not really disappointed that I got them. But I did pick up a second set of the Flemish cards, and I will be giving this set away as part of my 750 subscriber giveaway, however long it takes me to get there. But this other set will definitely be part of that. So here's, I guess these are out of order. This is card number 2. What card is this? So this is card number 3. I won't spend too much time on these because I did show them last week. This is card number 4. Card number 5. Where's card number 6? I guess card number 1, because there's card number 6. Let me see. I'm missing the other card. Where's it at? Maybe it's stuck together somewhere. I know I got the whole set. Well, it seemed to have disappeared on me. Oh, here it is. Okay, there's card number 1. So yeah, that's the full set. Go ahead and show it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then this is another group of them that I will be giving away during my 750 subscriber giveaway. This one whole set has a little bit of a bend in this corner. I don't know if you can see that right there. I guess when it was pulled out of an album, but the other corners seem to be pretty good. It's just this one that's got a little bit of an impression, but that's the full set as well. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to get to 750. All right, next. Now, this is kind of an interesting story. So I had these cards on my watch list for probably not 3 months, probably 2 months, ever since I got the 1964 Topps Giants starter set from my brother for Christmas. I started looking at some of the cards that I needed, and this lot of 3 cards was fairly nice price. It was hard to find this particular card for cheaper. And I'm not talking about a lot, but I had it on my watch list, and I decided to pick it up. And later on that night, I ended up getting a full refund. And I didn't think anything of it. It's happened before. I thought, well, maybe the guy couldn't find the cards, so he gave me a full refund. But he did give me a positive feedback, and he said highest recommendation, great buyer, immediate payment, thank you, and so I was thinking, at least he left a positive feedback, even if he did refund me my entire order. Well, lo and behold, 2 weeks later, the card showed up. And, I just left him a positive feedback. Thank you so much for your generosity. I really appreciate it. I honestly thought that he had lost the cards or wasn't able to find them, and that still might have been the case. I don't think he was able to find them, and so he canceled the order, but eventually he was able to track them down, and so he ended up sending them. But I ended up getting all three of these for free, and I think it happened in the mail, but there is like an impression on all three of the cards right in the same spot. So, a little disappointed in that because I didn't see these impressions in the pictures that were shown in the lot. But anyway, enough rambling. This was for the Dick Radats. I do need this card for my set, but it does have like an impression right down here. And there were actually two of these in the lot, but they both have the same impression in the same spot. And then there was actually a third card, which I was kind of wanting to purchase and then kind of throw it up on eBay to kind of recoup some of my money initially. But it's also got that impression all the way down the side. Now, I do have the Ron Santo, so not too worried about that, but I did need this Dick Radats. So, I'll still have to get another one because I don't like this impression all the way down the side. But I don't know if these came out of the pack that way or if it happened in the shipping or whatever. The Santo does have a spider crease right here as well. Don't know if it'll pick up. It's kind of right there. But you can't complain. This was basically free, and really appreciate the seller for doing that. It would have been nice to have a little bit of communication. Sorry, I couldn't find your cards or something like that. But all's well that ends well, and happy to add these to the collection. And at least I got a placeholder with this Radats until I get a better copy. Let me go ahead and show you the back of that. Radats Fans 5 NL All-Stars. Of course, there's the same back. I think they're both a little bit yellowed. And then the Santo, which I've shown before. Santo leads Cubs and RBIs. But yeah, kind of a cool story. It's not very often where you purchase something off of eBay and then, immediately get your money back. So, kind of cool. All right, so I guess the next several cards that I have, these were basically bargain shopping with me buying the Mean Joe Green rookie card, and then last month buying the 64 Mantle. Money's a little bit tight. So, I'm basically doing a lot of bargain hunting. And so, I was looking at auctions that were ending, of, vintage cards, within like 10 minutes or so. And I found some of these about to end at some nice prices and so decided to pick them up. First, I'll go ahead and start with this 1969 Jim Catfish Hunter. This card's fairly sharp, a little off center. I think there's a minor ding on these corners, but it's not too bad. Not too many fish eyes in the background, that blue background. Nice looking back. Cool card. I think that might be the oldest Catfish card that I have. And I picked up this card. As I've mentioned several times before, I'm trying to do the Orlando Cepeda player run, and this is his last card. Surprisingly, I didn't have this yet. Didn't cost a lot, maybe $1 or $2. And so pick this up. It's fairly sharp. I'm happy with this one. And then I picked up 5 1964 Philadelphia football cards, all Hall of Famers. And I don't think I paid more than $2 for any of these. Go ahead and start with Hall of Famer Jim Parker. These are all crease free. Some of them have some minor corner wear, but I'm okay with that. I didn't have any Jim Parker cards. So this is my first. Next, I actually have 2 of these cards, and I think they might both be signed. This is Joe Schmidt, but both of them had, I think one of them had water damage, and the other one had creases. So this one's crease-free, a little off-center, but it's fairly sharp. So if I do send out to Joe Schmidt again, this will definitely be a card that'll go out. He is a fantastic TTM signer. All right, next we have a Henry Jordan. I have quite a few Packers from this set. I have the Herb Adderley, Willie Wood, Forrest Gregg. Now I got the Henry Jordan. Or Willie Davis. I know I have Willie Davis as well. Roosevelt Brown. I think I have every Roosevelt Brown Philadelphia card now. Rosie Brown. And speaking of Forrest Gregg, I did pick up another Forrest Gregg from this set. This might be his rookie card. But can't beat this for about $2. So I had to add it to this this group because these all came from the same seller. And he had a couple other cards that I tried to win, but wasn't able to. But that's what we got with those. And I also did some autograph bargain hunting. There's a great seller on eBay that I like to use, the Autograph Den. And he had thousands of autographs that were about to end. And, sometimes he'll start his autographs at like a penny. And so all of these had started at a penny. And so in a lot of cases, I got on these for less than 50 cents a piece. So, that's less than, sending out a TTM to get these autographed. And so I think there's 17 here, but I actually purchased probably like 70 of them at various points last week. And this is the first group that came in. So I'll be showing a few more groups of these type of autographs probably next week or the week after. But none of these are really big names. A few all-stars and stuff, but we got Wallace Johnson, 1982, Fleer. This might be his rookie card. I like the background on this one. I think it's a great image. All right, next. Kind of enjoyed watching this guy on TBS in the 80s, early 90s, Zane Smith. And there's his autograph right there. Kind of hard to see with the blue jersey, but it's there. Shout out to Zach and CHC and Adam's Card Closet, all the Braves fans. Next, I got a couple autographs of this guy. Got Zach McAllister. Not sure what year this is. This, I guess, 2008 Donruss Elite. And this is 2000, looks like 2006 Bowman. Zach McAllister. There's that autograph. Kind of hard to see with the jersey. Next, I was kind of excited to get these, even though he's not, one of the better players playing, but still kind of a fan, mostly due to, his family ties. We've got Trace Thompson. And of course, he's the brother of Clay Thompson, and he's also the son of Michael Thompson, who's a famous TTMer. But yeah, Trace Thompson. He's kind of bounced around a little bit, but it's still kind of cool to get this. I actually got two of his autographs. What is this? What year is this? This looks like 2010. 2010 Saul Top Prospects. This looks like Multi-Ad Sports or something like that. I'm not even sure what this is. Never seen this, but some sort of minor league card. And then this is looks like 2011. This is probably like Topps minor league or something like that. Trace Thompson as well. And looks like he's playing for the Kannapolis Intimidators. All right, next, this is looks like 2007 TriStar. Yeah, I guess TriStar minor leagues. And this is Will Middlebrooks. He was kind of a top prospect early on in his career, but didn't quite pan out. Was still kind of a cool autograph to get. I was a big fan of this guy. This looks like it's a 1995 Upper Deck, probably minor league. This is Frank Catalanato. He's also a fantastic TTM signer. I don't remember what school he's the baseball coach at, but you can send him an email and request an autograph, and then he just says, send the cards in, and I'll be happy to sign them. And he signed. I think he signed like three index cards for me or something, but I didn't have his autograph on a card, so this is kind of cool to get. Minor league, Tiger top prospect. He was actually part of the trade, I believe. The Rangers traded Juan Gonzalez to the Tigers. Catalanato, I think, came over in that trade along with Justin Thompson and Gabe Kapler and several other people. But Catalanato had a pretty nice career with the Rangers and a pretty nice career overall. Great hitter. So happy to pick this one up. And next, I was kind of a fan of this guy. Early on in his career, he was a top prospect. He had a nice, solid career, but I don't think he was ever an all-star. We got Troy O'Leary. This one's a little streaky. This was the only one of Troy O'Leary's autographs that were available, so I just decided to pick it up. I don't think I paid more than 30 cents for it, so I don't care if it's streaky. He was a pretty nice player, and they were talking about one of his clutch moments on the back. Troy delivered the 1999 AL Division Series win, 12-8 to Boston with 7 RBIs in the decisive Game 5. Cleveland twice walked Nomar Garciaparra intentionally to get to him, but he responded with the first postseason grand slam in Sox history, and then tie-breaking 3-run homer in the 7th inning. So definitely a clutch moment for Troy O'Leary. And kind of a cool card to get. And I think the rest of these that I have, they were at least a one-time All-Star. So we'll start with this is a 1991 Impel line drive. This is Woody Williams. Shout out to all the Blue Jays fans, Maiden, Jays Mix. And this is kind of cool because he was a pitcher, and it shows him, kind of posing as a batter. I did buy quite a bit of this stuff. This was kind of easy to find in my area. They had the AA cards, and then they also had a set with AAA. I might actually have this card unsigned somewhere. And I also did get another Woody Williams autograph. This is 1994 Topps. This one's a little bit more of a fine point. This one was more of a thicker Sharpie. But he was an all-star in 2003. Next we have 1987 Fleer. This is Vance Law. There were quite a few Vance Law autographs available. But some of them were a little harder to read based on the background and stuff. I liked how this one looked. He is a fantastic TTMer. Also is his father, Vern Law. He's just got a really clean autograph. And Vance Law was an all-star in 1988. Fairly nice player. I do kind of like the 87 Fleer set. So decided to pick that one up. Next, we have a 2008 USA Baseball National Team box set card. Tyson Ross. He did pitch for a little bit with the Texas Rangers. And Tyson Ross was an All-Star in 2014. So I guess this is kind of like a pre-rookie. Next, we have a 2019. I believe this is Heritage. Yeah, Topps Heritage. This is Joey Wendell. This was kind of a cool one to get. Joey Wendell was an All-Star in 2021. I do like the 1970 design. Looks kind of cool. Next, I was a pretty big fan of this guy early on in his career with the Giants, and then eventually he became a Texas Ranger. This is actually a Ranger card. I think this is 1998 Pacific Paramount, I guess. This is John Burkett. And John Burkett was a two-time All-Star in 1993 and 2001. He was also the 1993 NL wins leader. And I actually learned this reading a little bit about him on his Wikipedia page. He's actually a part-time professional bowler these days. He's in the PBA 50 league, I believe. And he has 32 perfect games to his credit, so he's definitely a fantastic bowler. And he actually mentions somewhere in the Wikipedia where he always believed that he was a better bowler than baseball player, but when he was signed to be drafted to be a baseball player, he decided to go with baseball first. But he definitely sounds like a fantastic bowler. So this was kind of a cool one to get. And then this one, I'm really happy to get this one. This is, I believe, 2011 Topps Heritage, 1962 Topps design. Love the 62 Topps design. But this is Scooter Gennett. And Scooter Gennett was an all-star in 2018. But one of the things he's mostly known for is he's one of 17 players to have hit 4 home runs in one major league game. And I remember that highlight on SportsCenter, seeing that. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. You don't see that very often. It's only 17 people have ever done it. But Scooter Gennett, 4 home runs in one game. Pretty impressive. So, really cool autograph to get. Cool story. But the one that I'm most excited about, really happy to get this guy's autograph. As you know, I'm a big fan of the MPB. And when I saw that this autograph was available, this was actually the one that I had marked originally to keep an eye on the auctions that are ending this particular day, because I had to get this card. I would have paid more than I paid for this to get it. It was the only one available on the site. I don't know if there were others on eBay, but at least from the autograph end, this was the only one available. Definitely wanted to get it. And this is Vladimir Ballantine. And this is his rookie card. This, what year Upper Deck? I guess this is 2008. 2008 Upper Deck Baseball Series 1. And he kind of had a short major league career, but he was a star in the MPB. His career, he batted .266 with 301 home runs, 794 RBIs. He had 1,001 hits. He was the 2013 Central League MVP. He was a 6-time MPB All-Star, 2011 through 2014, 2016, and 2018. He was a 2-time Best 9 Award winner, 2012 and 2013. He was a 3-time Central League home run leader, 2011, 2012, and 2013. He won the Japan Series Championship in 2020. And what he's most known for is in 2013, he broke the MPB record, which previously was 55 home runs, and it was held by Sadaharu O, Carl Tuffy Rhodes, and Alex Cabrera. Ballantine finished with 60 home runs, now the all-time single-season home run record in the MPB. So that's really cool. Fantastic, fantastic player. I believe he was playing for Curacao in the Caribbean series that just ended a couple weeks ago, last week, I guess. But yeah, I believe he's a free agent as far as the MPB. So I don't know if his career is going to continue. I think he's in his late 30s at this point. But fantastic player. He will probably end up in the MPB Hall of Fame at some point. And so really happy to get this autograph. Definitely the prize of this little group of autographs that I picked up. So there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing that little group of autographs. Now I do have one more sort of single that I picked up. I've probably had this for a month now. Just kind of waiting for the opportunity to show it. Really happy to get this. This is 1902 Ogden's Guinea Gold cigarettes. This is Andrew Carnegie. It's got a little bit of edge wear, but no creases. Really, really kind of a nice looking card. Now I honestly don't mind seeing a little bit of edge on these cards because of the black borders. It kind of makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that this hasn't been colored in at some point. So I didn't mind that this was there. I was just more concerned about were there creases. And just look at this back. This back is gorgeous. Really clean. You can tell that this was never in any albums or anything. There's like a little dot right here, and that's the only little speck of anything on the back of that. Just a really clean back. And so I've been looking at some sort of historical individuals through these Ogdens and Felix Potin sets, and so I knew that I wanted to get an Andrew Carnegie card. And really happy to get this one. Hopefully you can see that right here because I got a little bit of a write-up, a small write-up from his Wikipedia page. He was an industrialist and philanthropist. He led the expansion of the American steel industry in the late 19th century. He also became one of the richest Americans in history. And during the last 18 years of his life, he gave away around $350 million at the time to charities, foundations, and universities, which accounted for almost 90% of his fortune. And obviously he's known for among other things, Carnegie Steel, the Carnegie Library, Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Steel was eventually sold to J.P. Morgan in 1901 for $303,450,000 in 1901, which is equal to $10 billion plus today. And after that sale, he actually surpassed John D. Rockefeller as the richest American in history. So, he's got an amazing story. He definitely has some controversy, but I won't get into that right here. But yeah, if you don't know about Andrew Carnegie, definitely look him up. And there were some documentaries that were on the History Channel a couple years back, and I think it was like the Men Who Built America or something like that. And they were talking about people like Andrew Carnegie and Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan and others. And so I really enjoyed those, and really happy to get this Andrew Carnegie card into the collection. So I'll let you take a look at that one more time. Just amazing that he gave away 90% of his fortune in the last years of his life to good causes. And he actually wrote something or other, I think in 1896, where he was kind of urging wealthy people to donate money to good causes. And so he was definitely for helping the less fortunate. And I definitely think that's a commendable thing for Carnegie to have done. And hopefully others did follow suit. But definitely a interesting individual. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. That is the last eBay pickup that I'll be showing this week. So next, I will be showing a small set. This has probably been sitting around for a month and a half. I picked this up quite a while back. This is a set from 1984. It's a cricket set. made by a company called Hobbypress Guides, and this is the world's greatest cricketers. And what I found fascinating about this set is it's a 20 card set, but 15 of the cards in it are Hall of Famers. And so, although I don't know all the Hall of Famers very well, there are a couple notable cricketers in this set that I was happy to get cards of. Let me go ahead and start with the non-Hall of Famers, and I'm not familiar with any of these guys. And I did not write any write-ups on these individuals. Just kind of want to show the set. Who is this? Bob Taylor. Bob Taylor. This is not a very expensive set, if you can find it. This is Jeff Haworth. Next we have Kim Hughes. Some great imagery in this set, though. Next we have Ken McEwen. I don't have a whole lot of modern cricket sets. I think I have one other set that I would consider modern as far as cricket is concerned. This is Clive Rice. And so that's the non-Hall of Famers from the set. So every one of the individuals that I'm showing from this point forward is a Hall of Famer. First we have Ian Botham. Now I have heard of this individual. I believe he's card number 1 in the set. Next we have Bob Willis. It's a cool image right there. Next we have David Gower. I apologize if I'm pronouncing some of these names wrong. Still learning about cricket and the players. But I definitely enjoy the sport. I'm definitely a fan. Next we have Alan Border. Definitely heard of Alan Border. I have a couple cards of Alan Border. Fantastic player. Next we have Greg Chappell. I've heard the name, but I don't know a whole lot about him. Next we have Kapil Dev. Next we have Sunil Gavaskar. I don't know what's going on with the focus. Hopefully y'all can see that. All right, next we have Richard Hadley. Definitely heard of Richard Hadley. That's a cool image right there. Next we have Imran Khan. I do have a couple Imran Khan cards. Next we have Dennis Lilly. Next we have Clive Lloyd. He's a pretty great player. Pretty nice player. That's the first Clive Lloyd card that I have. Next, we have Malcolm Marshall. Now that's a cool image right there. Next, we have Javid Miandad. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. Javid Miandad. Not really familiar with him, but he is a Hall of Famer. Now, this was the key card for me. This is one of the greatest cricketers of all time, and definitely the key card to this set. And this is Viv Richards. Big fan of Viv Richards. And there aren't too many cards of his that are easy to find. Unless you start going into the 90s, so I have kind of a mid-80s Viv Richards card. Really happy to get this. Sorry about the focus. Yeah, this was definitely the key to this set for me. And the last one, this is Andy Roberts. So that's the Hobbypress Guides, the World's Greatest Cricketers set from 1984. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. All right, so the last thing I'll be showing in this video is I'll be showing another starter set that I picked up. I've mentioned before, I picked up several starter sets. I tried to go as far into the early 70s as possible with starter sets. I think I got to 1974 and just kind of tried to work my way into the 80s as far as picking up starter sets, just to kind of get the basis of a starter set, whether I complete it or not, or the amount of time it takes for me to complete the set. I'm not really worried about that, but I definitely wanted to have a start because, long-term goal, I would love to complete these sets. Probably, I think 1974 was the first year that they didn't have, like a high series set, I guess is what they call it. And those high series cards, in some cases, you're paying like ridiculous prices for commons and stuff. So I don't really want to mess with those because I'd have a hard time dropping $70 on, some nobody. But I don't mind completing sets if I don't have to worry about that. And so I would love to complete the sets from probably 74 to, I don't know, maybe 1987 or something. And I do have 86 already. I'm not sure about 87. I do like the 87 top set. So I wouldn't mind making that one, but I have no interest in 88, 89, 90, and then getting into the junk wax. I have no interest whatsoever in that. So, I guess a long-term goal will be to complete the sets from 1974 to 87, and hopefully I can do that. But I do have, starter sets, at least that I'll be showing in the coming months through 1985. So I don't have 83. So scratch that. I do have, as far as that I haven't shown, I have 82, 84, and 85 starter sets that I'll be showing in the next coming months. But this is 1982, and so I don't know how far I'll get into this tonight. We're almost at 50 minutes, but I'll see how far I go. I did pull out like 300 cards. I kind of wanted to get close to halfway so I could show the rest maybe next week. And again, this isn't the complete set. This is just, a starter set. So, maybe half of the set, maybe a little bit more. And then there are going to be some cards that are going to have to be replaced because condition isn't very good. But there are some nice cards in here. And so enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is card number 1 in the set. 1981 highlights. Steve Carlton sets new NL strikeout record. Of course, Lefty is a Hall of Famer. And a really nice card. And I believe this card didn't come in the starter lot. This probably came in the Stars are Hall of Famers lot that I've talked about several times over the last 5 months at this point. Next we have Ron Davis, fans 8 straight in relief. That's pretty cool. And I like I have recently. I'll show I'll show probably all the highlights, but as far as the base cards from the set, I'll show a few of them, the backs, and then I'll just show the fronts to kind of speed everything up. Now this is amazing as a rookie. Tim Raines swiped 71 bases as a rookie, but he did it in 88 games. That's absurd. 71 stolen bases in 88 games. This is technically a second-year Tim Raines. This is another one that probably came in the Stars and Hall of Famers lot, as is this one. This is talking about Fernando Mania. Valenzuela hurls 8 shutouts as a rookie. That's absurd. But he was an amazing pitcher to start his career. Amazing pitcher. Fernando Mania was real. Although I was too young to remember it. Yeah, it was definitely he was the guy. He was the guy that everybody was talking about his rookie year. Next we have Ron Guidry, Gator. Fantastic TTMer. He will sign one for free. And this set does have some in-action cards. And here's Ron Guidry's in-action. Both these Guidrys were part of this starter set. Next we have Gary Alexander. I do really like the design of this. It's up there with probably one of my favorite designs as far as Topps is concerned for the decade. Of course, 86 Topps will always be my favorite because that was the first year I started collecting. But I do love this design right here. Next we have Moose Haas. Not sure what this is right here. That's like a print defect, but it looks like he's got some sort of like reflection on his chin. And we got something going on right here. Not sure what that is. Looks like his girlfriend or his wife kissed his brim of his hat. Pretty crazy. Definitely some print defects going on that card. Next we have Steve Howe, who when he wasn't getting suspended was a pretty nice pitcher. Next we have Ellis Valentine. Next we have Steve Comer. Next we have Fernando Arroyo. And the big card from the set, I already had this. And it's actually right here on my mat. This is the Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. So with this knocked out, it'd be pretty easy to build this set, I would think. And this card isn't that expensive either. It's the 82 traded Cal Ripken that'll cost you a bit, which I don't have, but definitely be on my want list. Yeah, that's the big rookie from the set. This is definitely a beater that'll have to be replaced. This is Jim Beattie, and it's just all sorts of messed up. So So that'll be replaced at some point. Next we have Willie Guillermo Hernandez, former Cy Young winner. Next we have Jerry Remy. A little bit of a ding corner right there, but otherwise nice card. Next we have George Orta. Next we have Tommy Herr. Next we have John Uria. Next we have Dwayne Murphy. This one's a little off center. A lot off center. Next we have a Hall of Famer, Tom Seaver. This definitely came from the Stars and Hall of Famers a lot. Most of the ones that are in penny sleeves came from that Stars and Hall of Famers a lot. Next we have Jerry Morales. Love those old Cubs jerseys. Next we have Joe Sambito. Next we have Willie Aikens. I think on his 81, might have been 80, he signed it Willie Mays Aikens. But this one he just signed it Willie Aikens. Next, this one, I guess this one doesn't look too bad. It's got some corner wear. I guess it's got a minor crease, so this will probably be replaced. But there's a minor crease right there, and then the corners are a little rough. But Texas Ranger, 81 batting and pitching leaders. Of course, we got Al Oliver, fantastic player, and George Medich. Go ahead and show the back of this. Looks like there's no check marks on that one, so that's good. Probably still have to replace this. Next we have Charlie Lee. Next, great player. This is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Next, I say it every time, get this guy in the Hall of Fame, Dave Parker. Show the back of that. And Dave Parker does have an in-action card. I believe all the in-action cards for the players follow their actual card. Let me see. This is 40. And that's 41, yeah. So I think their base card and then their in-action come back to back in the set. Next we have Rick Sofield. Next we have Rick Cerrone. Next we have Jerry Augustine. Next we have Greg Gross. Next we have Rick Burleson. Next we have Mark Littell. Next we have Craig Reynolds. This one will have to be replaced. John D'Acquisto. Ridiculously off center. That's a miscut. Rounded corners. Some creasing. That's just a beat up card. Even the edges have some fading on the back. Yeah, that'll be replaced. But unlike the 81 starter set that I showed, definitely were a lot less well-loved cards in this group. Next we have Rich Gedman. Next we have Tony Armas. That's kind of a thick signature compared to some of the others in the set. Next we have Tommy Boggs. wonder if he's related to Wade Boggs. That I don't know. Next we have Lynn Jones. Next, this is a nice card. Houston Astros, 81 batting and pitching leaders. Of course, we got Art Howe and Nolan Ryan. Next, we have Rich Gale. Next, we have Buddy Solomon. Next, we have Miguel Delone. Next, we have Bob Baylor. I like this one. Got Steve Bye-Bye Balboni, Andy McGaffigan. Yankees future stars. Now, Steve Balboni actually does TTMs. Now, I'm not going to send this one in to get TTMs because this one's pretty nice. I'm happy with this one being in the set, but I wouldn't mind picking up another one of these just to send it out to Balboni to get signed. And I'm not sure if McGaffigan or Robertson if they sign or not, but definitely love to get Balboni signed on this card. Next, we have Rennie Stennett. Next, we got Lynn McLaughlin. Next, we have Biff Pocoroba. Next, we have Steve Henderson. Next, we have Brad Havens. Larry Hissel. Andy Hassler. Another leaders card. 81 batting and pitching leaders for the Royals. George Brett right there. Larry Gura. Kind of off center though. Next we have Paul Moscow. Next we have Dan Briggs. This one's got some kind of rough cut right there and a little thin corner down at the bottom, but it's not too bad. Love these batting cage poses and stuff. Anything around the batting cage. Love images like that. Next we have Bob Lacey. Next we have Rance Mullenix. Next we have Wayne Krenchicki. Krenchicki. I got Wayne Krenchicki. I'll go with that. Probably butchered it. Next we have Bob Sykes. That kind of looks like Wrigley Field. Background with the ivy. Maybe not. Looks like it though. Next we have Carlton Fisk. That's a great image. And I love this in action. Carlton Fisk. Look at that laying out. That's a fantastic card. This might be his first year with the White Sox, too. Next, we have Billy Sample. He does TTMs. He actually sent me a additional autograph. He printed out an article that was written about him, and he actually signed the article as well. So definitely a great TTMer. If you do TTMs, definitely send out to Billy Sample. Next we have Steve McCaddy. Next we have Ken Landreau. Next we have another Hall of Famer, Gaylord Perry. Look at that wall of stats. I think his last year was 83. Next we have Raleigh Eastwick. All right, let me grab another stack of these. It looks like we're doing pretty good on time, so I think I'll be able to get through the first 300 like I had hoped without having too long of a video. That's really all I have left that I had planned to show. Next card's a great card. Looks to be in pretty nice shape. Got the Expos Future Stars with old Terry Francona and Bryn Smith. Little ding corner right there, but I don't mind that. It's not too bad. But yeah, Terry Francona rookie. That's pretty cool. Great manager. Of course, his dad was a Major League ball player, Tito Francona. All right, next we have Joe Pittman. Next we have Jerry Lucas, or Gary Lucas. Jerry Lucas was a basketball player. Next we have Ed Lynch, longtime GM. Next we have Jamie Easterly. I think 82 was the year of Harvey's Wallbangers. Harvey Keene. Yeah, the Brewers had a good team that year. Next we have Danny Goodwin. Next we have Reed Nichols. Next we got the Atlanta Braves. 81 batting and pitching leaders with Claudell Washington and Rick Mailer. Love that old logo. Next we have Frank Pastor. Or Pastori, not sure. Next we have Stan Bonson. Next, Pat Underwood. Next we have Dan Ford. Next, Len Sakata. George Capuzzello. Ron LaFleur. I was always a pretty big fan of this guy. Remember one of the kids I grew up with had a bunch of his 82 Donruss and Fleer rookie cards, and I remember trying to trade for some of them. This is a Von Hayes rookie card, and also Chris Bando. I don't know what's going on with this, but it looks like, actually, I think that's just a reflection. I thought there was a little bit of fading. Yeah, that's a reflection. Yeah, Chris Bando, Von Hayes, both fairly nice players, and I was definitely a fan of Von Hayes. Got some corner wear on this one, though. I might have to replace this. I'd definitely like to have a better copy, but there's no creases, it doesn't look like. Just some corner wear. Next, we have Dave LaRoche. Next we have Mookie Wilson. Mookie Wilson was awesome. That's a great image too. Next we have Bob Horner, another guy that had 4 home runs in one game. Next we have Denny Walling. Definitely off center on that one. Next we have Mickey Klutz. Pat Putnam. This one's got some corner wear. Love those baby blue Ranger uniforms. Those might be my favorite Ranger uniforms. Next we have Dave Edwards. Dennis Worth. Steve Crawford. Brian Downing. He was a nice player. Next we have some leaders cards, but instead of like team leaders, it looks like these are like league leaders. We have 81 batting leaders with Bill Madlock and Carney Lansford. Big fan of both of these guys. Madlock deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And this is 81 strikeout leaders. Of course, you had the rookie Fernando Valenzuela and Len Barker. Valenzuela looks like he had 180 strikeouts. Just beat Carlton by 1. And Barker, strikeout leaders, 127? Wow, that's crazy. Len Barker with 127 strikeouts led the American League. Not too many strikeout pitchers during this time, huh? Next we have Charlie Lee Brandt. Next we have Jim Bibby, who somebody was saying in the stream last week that Jim Bibby is Henry Bibby's brother, which is kind of cool. Definitely like Henry Bibby, former NBA player, father of Mike Bibby. Next, this is a great card right here. San Francisco Giants future stars. Got Bob Brenly and Chili Davis. Chili Davis was a really nice player. Bob Brenly, a nice manager. Some great rookies in this set, even if they aren't Hall of Famers. Next we have Bill Gullickson. Jamie Quirk. Jerry Mumphrey. Dewey Robinson. Dyer Miller. Now I don't have the regular Steve Garvey from 82, but here's his in action. Of course, he's a nice TTMer, $5 per. Next we have Mick Kelleher. Next we have Hall of Famer Phil Niekro. Next we have Glenn Hoffman. Next we have another Hall of Famer, Paul Molitor. Next we have Willie Upshaw. Next, Chris Spire. Next, don't have the regular George Brett issue, but do have the inaction. Next we have Rick Manning. I might have this card autographed. Next we have Neil Allen. Next, Rod Scurry. Next we have Dan Petrie. Next we have Brian Asselstein. Another great around the batting cage image. Next we have Mike Krukow. Next we have another team leaders for the White Sox, 81 batting and pitching leaders. We got Chet Lemon and Dennis Lamp, and Dennis Lamp's a nice signer through the mail. Next we have Dave Roberts. Next we have Manny Trio, another fantastic signer through the mail. Next we have Butch Weiniger. Next we have Lloyd Mosby. Mike Torres. Next, love seeing checklists. I believe this is the first checklist that I've shown today. So it looks like I'm missing at the very least the first checklist. But I do have the second, so that's nice. Next we have Ray Burris. Next we have Sam Mejias. Next we have Jeff Zahn. This is another nice rookie card. This one actually has 3 notable names. The Phillies' future stars. Mark Davis, won a Cy Young, Bob Dernier, and then Ozzie Virgil. Nice little rookie class for the Phillies. Although Bob Dernier, for the most part, played for the Cubs. And I think Mark Davis won his Cy Young with the Padres. Next we have John Martin. Next we have Kevin Saucier. Next we have Bucky Blank Dent. Did spend some time with the Rangers. A little bit of a corner ding. And Bucky Dent also has an inaction. Next we have Bob Ochinko. Next, Ken Wrights. Next, we have the New York Mets, 81 batting and pitching leaders. We got Hubie Brooks and Mike Scott. I believe that was Mike Scott's rookie year as well. So he led the team in ERA in his rookie year. Next we have Tug McGraw. Of course, he's the dad of singer Tim McGraw. Actor, I guess, part-time actor. This one does have some pretty bad corner wear, though. Might have to replace that. Next, we have Fred Lynn, who does sign through the mail, but he won't sign your cards. He'll sign a blue index card. But that's still nice of him to do that. I haven't sent to him yet, though. Probably should at some point. He was a nice player. Of course, he won the Rookie of the Year and MVP in his first year in the league, which very few people have done. Next, we have Chuck Baker. This one does have some pretty bad corners, so might have to replace this one. Yeah, well, it's got some dings in this one, too. So, yeah, I'll have to replace this one at some point. Next, I don't have the base card of this guy, but I do have an in action. It's Tony Perez, Hall of Famer. Here playing for Boston. Big fan of Tony Perez. All right, next we have Larry Harlow. Next we have Bo Diaz. Next, we have the Detroit Tigers future stars, Howard Bailey, Marty Castillo, and Dave Rucker. I'm not sure which one had the better career. I think I probably know Marty Castillo the best, but it doesn't mean he had the best career. Not sure about the other two pitchers. Next, we have Victor Cruz. Next, really liked watching this guy pitch, Dan Quisenberry. He had one of those great submarine-style pitching motions. Fun to watch. Next, we have Al Bumbry. We got Rick Leach. Next, we have Kurt Bavacqua. Of course, he's got the great card, either 76 or 77, where he was the bubble blowing champion. I still want to get that card at some point. I don't have it yet. But that's kind of a cool card. I like the image of this background right here. Look, this has got to be like spring training or something. Next, we have Ricky Keaton. Doug Bird. Next, we have Bob Ojeda. Next, Terry Poole. Next, we have Ben Oglivie. Ken Maka. And this is another guy that I believe should be in the Hall of Fame. Bobby Grich. He's a really nice second baseman. And second base and catcher really are underrepresented in the Hall of Fame. But Bobby Grich probably deserves to be there, in my mind anyway. Next we have Sparky Lyle and his fantastic stash. Just a few more cards to go. Got Alan Bannister. That one looks to be a bit diamond cut. Definitely a miscut, but it looks to be a bit diamond cut. Not the biggest fan of diamond cuts. Might have to replace that one. Next we have Ken Singleton. Two more to go. Got Rob Piccolo. And the last card I'll be showing today is Jason Thompson. pretty much takes us through the first 300 cards of this 1982 Top Starter set. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing those. I would like to finish the starter set showcase next week if possible. But that really depends on kind of what comes in, because I do have several things ordered, and I definitely don't want to have an hour and a half long video. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that off next week. But before I close the show, I did do another relaxing style video. I ended up releasing it after I got off of work on Thursday. I kind of had to do it right when I got off of work to make sure that, it finished off before Zach did his premiere, of course, with Brian Basketballs, and didn't want to conflict. But it's really hard, especially during the week, to avoid people, going live and having premieres, once, work, for the most part, work 9 to 5 work hours are over with. So I want to apologize to anybody I might have streamed over. Definitely unintentional. But, the first time I did a premiere, I did it on Saturday morning at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And it was a 6-hour video, so it didn't finish till like 2 o'clock. And then I had to record my actual video that I do for the Spine Ticks after party. And it was just making content and watching content all day, and I don't really want to do that if possible. So if I can find some sort of slot in the middle of the week, every other week or something, to do those sort of relaxing style videos, I'd definitely like to do that. But I think for now it's just going to be just kind of a random time. If I happen to see that nobody was streaming, and nobody was streaming when I premiered it, so but then, while it was going on, several people had premieres and lives and stuff, and definitely felt bad having mine going on when theirs was. But also these videos are kind of done in a loop. So, the first one, I think I showed like 45 minutes worth of cards and then looped it to 6 hours. And this time I did 30 minutes worth of cards and then looped it to 4 hours. So, once that first loop goes through, it doesn't matter if anybody streams over me. I just hope that it's okay that I have a stream going on while other people are doing it. But I definitely want to be aware of, other people's time slots. And, since I do have the after party time slot locked in and people respect that, I definitely want to show the respect to other content creators. So definitely going to try to avoid that when possible. But I do want to thank everybody that took the time to watch my premiere. This time I did relaxing sort of basketball card showcase. And I think the next one that I'm going to do is probably going to be like an actors and actresses card showcase or something. I'm not sure if I have enough actors and actresses cards to do a full video showcase, but I'm definitely going to try. But if not, then I'll have to combine it with some other non-sport stuff. But I'll probably have that out at some time within the next 2 weeks. I like to put another one of these out every couple weeks. So probably not next week, but sometime the week after. But I want to thank everybody who took the time to watch that premiere. I want to thank everybody who decided to come to the Spine Ticks after party tonight. I appreciate your amazing support, and hopefully you enjoyed the content tonight. And until next week, I appreciate everybody for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.